be invited again. So because this is my first participation to such a conference, I would love to be invited. I'm very happy to listen my colleagues and to listen some very, very important statements that I believe they should become like cornerstones for our nation and Europe too. It's a joy and privilege for me to be here and as a professor of the New Testament and also as a person who spent almost 30 years in serving a church, serving young people, kids, families, and all people, serving the society, teaching. I'm so happy to be here and address some of my personal convictions that I think that they should stay on the foundation for a healthy, for a strong nation, country, and our Europe. The theme we are addressing tonight that was dedicated to me or us to speak about is protecting our families and preserving our tradition. How can we foster the values of European civilization? Moldova, like many nations in Europe, I believe stands at a crossroads. On one hand, we are part of great civilization of Europe, built over centuries on Christian faith, moral responsibility, and strong family values. On the other hand, we face growing pressure to conform to a culture that often disregards those very foundations. Let me be clear, European values do not mean abandon what we have and what we are. They do not mean forgetting our language, our custom, and our faith. The European civilization was born from the union of faith and reason, tradition and truth, sacrifice and service. At the heart of the civilization is the family, a sacred bond between husband and wife, open to life, rooted in love, and also they are dedicated to grow in a healthy atmosphere their children, to provide a healthy future for the country and for our Europe. Without strong families, we cannot have a strong Moldova and Europe. That should be very clear to each one of us. Without tradition, we cannot have identity. Without faith, we cannot have hope. I have seen through the years that in every person's life comes a moment when we have to decide what is our foundation. And blessed is the people, blessed is the nation, blessed is the family who finally has a hope in God. And that should be clear. The Pope Benedict XVI said once, a Europe that excludes God is a Europe that excludes itself from its own history. I'm so glad that I heard some of the same arguments, and it seems like we understood that this is a cornerstone for our civilization. What we should do, what we must do, first, we must protect the family in both law and culture. This means recognizing marriage between a man and a woman as a foundational institution. It means supporting parents, not replacing them, in raising their education and educating their children. It means resisting ideologies that try to redefine human nature, to raise the difference between man and woman. Also, we must place faith back in the public square. Christianity is not the enemy of Europe. Christianity is not the enemy of human being. It's the soul of Europe. The church has always been a source of compassion, wisdom, and truth. Its voice must be not silenced by aggressive secularism. Third, we must ensure that tradition is not just preserved in museums, but lived in families, in schools, and communities. And when we come together, respecting one another, each tradition brings something very beautiful, and that forms the beauty of our country and of Europe also. Tradition is not the enemy of the future, it's the foundation. It's a tree, because a tree without roots cannot stand. Fourth, also I would like to say that we must form a new generation of leaders, political ones, religious, civic. We are not afraid to speak truth in love, to act with courage, and to serve with humility and with respect. Finally, we must lead by example. Politics, when guided by faith and moral courage, becomes a form of serving. Our personal life must reflect the values we wish to see in our society: truth, sacrifice, fidelity, and love. Let us not be afraid to speak up, because I was hearing some of the opinions that it's like we don't have the freedom to speak what we believe. I remember those times when we were afraid to speak. Now we have the freedom, so we have to speak with love. We have to speak with treating everybody with respect, but in the same we have to defend the rights we have, to defend the principles we have. So let us not allow our civilization to forget the values that stands on the foundation of our country, of Europe. This is not only our mission, this is also our moral responsibility. Let us defend what is good. Let us preserve what is sacred. Let us not be ashamed to stand for the values that built Europe in the history. And in this way, having God in center, having those principles on the bottom line, I think that Europe has a future. Moldova has a future. And Romania has a future. That's why I want to say very loudly, may God bless Moldova, may God bless Europe, and may God bless our families, and may God bless all of us, and bless our sharing future. Thank you.